Hey everybody, this is John and welcome to the free video. Let's talk the S&Ps and the markets and trying to time all the stuff that is going on right now. So one of the things to kind of keep in mind is that, it's like, okay, we've had this big sell-off and now we're having a rally, but if we're interested in shorting a rally to resistance, what do we use as a trigger? So as an example, if we go back to the August flash crash, okay, so here we are, there's the high, here's the low. You can see that we, violently, definitely violently, but we go up to in between almost the 618 retracement before we at least start selling off, eventually almost retesting the low before we keep going higher. And the question becomes like, wow, we just had this huge sell-off, and now we're rallying. And in fact, as I'm typing this right now, we're grinding higher after hours. But the question is that if we want to short, what do we do? Well, you got to be careful with this, and you want to have a specific signal, because if you don't, and you can see so far the retracement rally is almost identical to what happened after the August flash crash. The August flash crash petered out about right here before it rolled over. This one's pushing a little bit through it. Remember, these are zones and things like that too. And so the question becomes, all right, if you are interested in the idea that this rolls over, what do you use as a sell signal? Because you can't just like, oh, I think I'll short it here at the 382, and it's just like, bam, you get run over by a freight train. And the goal, of course, is when you're trading is to not get run over by a freight train. And so you always want to be on the path of least resistance. Now, whether you're a day trader or a swing trader, you can set up your charts in such a way that you never get run over. But you're always on the path of least resistance. So if I'm day trading the S&Ps, I'll sit there and I'll use a 1-minute chart, a 5-minute chart, and a 30-minute chart. Now, my 1-minute chart, I have it refer to 4 different time frames: a 2-minute, a 4-minute, or a 2-minute, a 5-minute, a 10-minute, and a 20-minute. Now, if the 2, 5, 10, and 20 are all bullish, okay, so here, here's the 1, 2, 5, 10, 20. If they're all bullish, I'll get a green dot up here. If there's a green dot up here, there is no reason to short it, okay? And you can see that, essentially from, into the close today, 2060, we had a little dinky pullback here to the mean, but essentially bullish, bullish, bullish. 5-minute chart. On the 5-minute chart, I refer to the 10, the 15, and the 20, and the 30. And if they're all bullish, guess what? We're going to have a green dot up here. 30-minute chart refers back to the hourly, 2-hour, 4-hour, and the daily. And if they're all bullish, we're going to have green dots up here. So the moral of the story is like, let's say right now you're looking at the markets and you're salivating to get short. Okay, what do? You don't short anything here. That's a disaster waiting to happen. So at the very least, what you want to do is, let's say you want to short. Great. Okay, here we are. We're rallying, we're rallying, we're rallying. We get a sell signal bar. That's great. That's a heads up. But then you wait for these to turn red. All of a sudden, this means right around 2050, okay? In this case, this is after that little bounce up the night of Brexit, but right around 2050, we get sell signals across the board here on the 5-minute chart, meaning that all these time frames are bearish. Great, now you can go short with the stop of the lows. And now you could stay in, okay, until you start to see corresponding green dots for buy signals. And here you can see that you don't see any. But the main thing here is twofold. One, you're not buying the dip. Okay, let's say you want to buy the dip. Well, don't buy the dip until you see green dots that represent across 4 additional time frames you've got buy signals. So what this thing does is it matches buy signals across different time frames so that you're always on the same side of order flow, and it just presents it to you right there. It's great. It's so far the feedback that we've gotten on this indicator is that it's the best indicator that we've created. Obviously, it works well with the squeeze, but it's just great on its own as well. So for those of you that have not seen this indicator, you want to learn about it, you want to learn about how to get it, you want to learn about how to use it, you want to learn about the technology behind it, I'm going to do a free webinar on Thursday night. If you're interested in purchasing the indicator, this will be the first time available that you can purchase the indicator. You can go to simplertrading.com/game in order to sign up for it. And then when you get there, just put in your name and email address, register now. This will be recorded. And this will be Thursday, so this is like tomorrow night if you're getting this on today, Wednesday. So it's Thursday, June 30th from 7 to 8 o'clock Central Time. So I'm going to talk specifically about how I use this indicator, how it works, some new improvements in terms of version 2 for those of you that have been using it, and some setups that I see happening right now. This one's going to be a lot of fun. You guys have a good night, and we'll see you at the next update.